You are listening to Pocketful of Diamonds, Book 7 of the Nadia Wolf series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2016. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices.
Chapter 28. Gwen dashed off the airplane as fast as she could. She couldn't wait to see Ian. It had felt like forever, traveling all over to return items anonymously. The man Boma had sent with her was nice, and had helped her throughout the long journey, but all she could think about was how it'd be better if Ian was with her. David had called her a few times since Ian was sometimes unreachable. He gave her updates on Divine and the girls. Each woman had recovered memories and was ready to testify against Divine, even the one who wore black. Gwen surmised the woman in black had two choices: be a victim just like the other girls or become cellmates with Divine, who was in jail without bond. While Gwen wasn't sure if he'd keep his mouth shut about her involvement, she did consult an attorney who was all too happy to snatch up her case should it arise. David had given her the number through Grayson's recommendation. It was odd having this family take extra steps to make sure she was okay while Ian healed back in Najamba. She had stolen from them, betrayed them, and yet they offered their support freely and without hesitation. It made her love them all the more. Gwen tore through the airport and down to baggage claim where Ian had said he would wait for her, but when she got there, she couldn't find him. She scanned the large area back and forth and on tiptoes. Where was he? Was he late? And then she saw him, surrounded by family. She recognized almost everyone. She still hadn't met Grayson or his fiancée. From the large gathering, she assumed he was there in the mix. She dove into the fray, wrapping her arms around her husband. He laughed and pulled her up tight against him.
You didn't miss me, did you?
I might have. He kissed her, smiling.
I missed you too.
She could have stood there all day with him, but then she remembered his family was standing there watching, plus Ian was on his feet. Shouldn't you be sitting?
And miss you running into my arms?
She tucked her head down and peeked out at the Millers, who stood quietly around them. Actually, there were a few more people, friends of the family she had met before. Frankie and his boyfriend, Mark, were standing alongside. Gwen turned to greet them all, stopping her sights on a tall man with gray eyes just like Ian's and David's. You must be Grayson. He nodded.
Welcome to the family.
Maya squealed, and David, who had been holding on to her, let her go. A bundle of energy with a protruding baby belly came running to Gwen. Maya threw her arms around her, hugging her.
I knew you weren't a bad person. I just knew it.
Maya bounced in place, taking Gwen and the baby for a ride.
I'm so happy I could just burst. First Grayson gets engaged, and now you and Ian are married.
Actually, we want to have another wedding.
Ian said.
One that has vows. I need to know exactly what I have to obey.
Everything she says? Silly.
David nodded. Gwen turned to Frankie and Mark, who were animatedly speaking to each other. Belatedly, she remembered they owned a wedding chapel and were now most likely plotting to take over wedding plans. Maya's eyes lit up as she bounded toward them, inserting herself into their whispers. Should I be worried? Grayson nodded.
Be very worried.
And then give in.
David said.
If you don't, you'll only give yourself a headache. Nothing you do will sway those three once they have an idea in their heads. You should see the baby's room after they decorated it.
Gwen looked to Ian. He smiled.
Maya's tastes mellow out Frankie's and Mark's. She'll make sure we have a special day.
He leaned in to whisper,
Plus, I plan to keep you all to myself for a long time. You'll have no time for wedding planning.
She laughed. And here I was going to keep you all to myself.
Good thing we're married.
Good thing. I don't suppose you have a home here that you can take me to. He handed her keys.
Recently purchased. If you don't like the place, we can find another.
She raised a brow. How did you get the money?
I sold my other house. Plus, David seems to have sticky fingers as well. He found the bag of diamonds and brought them home. I told him where he could sell them, and he wired the money into my account. I already placed some aside for Najamba. I hope you don't mind.
Mind? I think it's wonderful, but now my present seems insignificant.
Your present?
She nodded, opening her collar just enough for him to see a necklace. His necklace. I'm returning everything to their rightful owners. You are the last on my list. His finger edged her neckline.
I like this on you. Perhaps I don't want it back.
Then what would you like?
You on our bed with nothing on but this necklace.
His low whisper tickled her senses. She smiled and jingled the keys in front of him. Then I suggest we say our goodbyes.
As long as it's not to you.
She shook her head. You'd find me anyway.
A promise is a promise.
She smiled and whispered a promise into his ear that had him coughing and bustling her away with quick farewells to his family.
But what about her suitcase?
Someone asked as Ian hurried her out the door, whisked her into a car and stepped full on the gas until they reached a cottage-style house that had a beautiful fenced-in yard. It would be perfect for a dog. For Fritz? She teased. He winked at her.
Come and see.
Intrigued, she followed him inside the house that still needed furniture but was so pretty, she could hardly believe her eyes. It was such a simple house, yet it had something whimsical about it. The circular stained glass windows and charming hearth had her believing that fairies could live here. And then she saw him. A little brown and white puppy came bounding toward her, his overly large ears flopping every which way as he clambered to a stop at her feet. Fritz? She asked him.
If you want him to be.
Oh, I do. She picked up the puppy, nuzzling him.
And those are the words I want to hear.
At the wedding?
No, in bed, now.
He took the puppy from her hands and settled him on top of a fluffy dog bed with a toy and a treat. But...
Not another word except yes, or I will, or I do.
He said, scooting her to the stairs. You're becoming a very bossy husband.
You made a very naughty promise to me at the airport. I stole you away like a lovesick buffoon. My brothers will tease me relentlessly for years. I think you owe me.
He ushered her into a bedroom that still needed a few touches, but a soft, inviting bed was there, calling to her. She sat down, smiling up at him. You don't look like a lovesick buffoon.
But I am.
Lovesick?
Ever since I met you, I've been lovesick.
He said, pulling her shirt over her head, marveling at the necklace that sat heavy against her. His fingers lightly touched the diamonds.
I thought I would hate them after all this, but on you, they're perfect.
Well, get your fill of them tonight because tomorrow we're selling them.
We are?
I was hoping to start another account, one for the girls. They'll need help and a new start. She looked at him. You don't mind, do you? He smiled down at her.
When I don't think I could love you anymore, you go and prove me a liar.
Do you intend to talk all day and forget the promise I made at the airport? He yanked off his clothes and joined her in bed, the soft bedding enveloping them.
A promise is a promise, after all.
He kissed her, threatening to dash all thought from her head. Yet there were so many promises what whirled around in her mind, but one stood out among the rest, one that she would never forget no matter how many times he kissed her. She would always love Ian.